she spoke first. You could be in for a rough patch soon, and the Joe Biden government would have nothing to do with it. The Joe Biden administration just made some statements that could have a major impact on the future of crypto, and, by extension, Shiba Inu. Make sure to watch the whole video to find out what the announcements are and how they can affect you. Please pay close attention to everything that will be said in this video. Hey, shib our things. You're very welcome to join us again for another video, Amy, and if this is your first time here, I'd like to personally extend a warm welcome to you in this community, and especially to this channel. All the breaking shib news will be delivered to you as it happens. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, you can make sure you never miss a new video by subscribing and turning on the bell. Let's start today's video right now. As I was saying before, the Joe Biden administration made a statement lately that could have global implications for crypto. However, before we go into that, let's take a look at the current state of crypto in the USA. Despite being the largest economy in the world by far, the United States appears to be slow to accept cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency exchanges are active, unlike in several other countries. It's possible that you're even one of them. Cryptocurrencies, however, have not yet entered the mainstream in this country, even while a growing number of nations have been actively courting the concept of establishing its own CBDC. The United States has so far opted to remain silent on the matter. The creation of the first Bitcoin futures ETF in the United States just last month, however, is huge news for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Why? If this is true, then the United States isn't totally against crypto after all. Perhaps you are already familiar with futures ETF, but in case you aren't, here's a brief explanation. Futures exchange-traded funds are a type of investment vehicle that facilitates the purchase and sale of Bitcoin futures contracts at a predetermined future date and price. Futures trading is similar to investing in a contract rather than a coin. To put it simply, it lets people engage in digitally based markets using their existing investment accounts, so avoiding the inherent security risk associated with cryptocurrencies. For what reason, then, did I claim that this launch will have such a significant impact on the cryptocurrency market? Well, as I mentioned before, if the US government is opening the door to digital currencies that are strikingly similar to crypto, that could mean that the US government is not exactly opposed to crypto, and that a full-on authentication might be a possibility that we can confidently look forward to. This is likely why Bitcoin's value increased dramatically after the Futures Act was passed. While the United States may still be hesitant to fully embrace cryptocurrency, several other nations have already done so, Singapore being the newest addition. At the start of the day, Ravi Menon, governor of Singapore's central bank, made an announcement that the country's monetary authority was laying the groundwork and drafting laws to encourage the establishment of cryptocurrency businesses in Singapore. He stated that, in our opinion, a prohibition or strict regulation of crypto-based operations is not the right course of action. It's a wager on a future that's yet vague and uncertain, but I worry that Singapore will fall behind if it doesn't join this race. By jumping in now, we can get a head start and learn more about the advantages and disadvantages of this strategy. According to this notification, businesses that are able to comply with the new standards can begin operations in Singapore. There will be a huge increase in crypto value. The development of a Bitcoin futures app is a promising sign that the US government is ready to pave the way for wider crypto usage. Many nations have tried this with great success, including El Salvador. If the United States follows suit, it will have a profound effect on the global cryptocurrency market and hasten its widespread acceptance. Nonetheless, given the recent decision by the Biden-led administration, it appears we may have to put our crypto dreams on hold for the time being. Here's why I'm not so sure we'll be making that leap anytime soon. Financial market regulators from the Biden administration's FDIC and Office of the Comptroller of the Currency issued a study yesterday that essentially pushed Congress to put bank-like controls on stablecoins. Among the restrictions imposed is a mandate that custodial wallet providers be subject to federal supervision to enable proper risk management standards, as well as a requirement that users of stablecoins be FDA insured against losses and limited in terms of their commercial affiliation with other companies to prevent the concentration of wealth and power. Now, You'll agree with me that the fact that cryptocurrency is unregulated by any regulating body is one of its most appealing aspects, despite the fact that this could mean market instability. Furthermore, there are stablecoins which function similarly to fiat currency. It's Bitcoin, but with less of a risk of losing all your money. Indeed, they are digital currencies, but unlike conventional crypto, they are typically backed by a stable asset like the dollar. You can see why some would-be crypto investors, wary of the market's unpredictability, may opt instead for stablecoins. When we return to the statement, we see that the proposed impositions will create difficulties for the business model of stablecoins, especially for those stablecoins like Tether that run on a very ad hoc basis. Even worse, they may pose an existential risk to some of these stablecoin issuers. Remember that the United States is virtually the world's largest economy, and that even while the government hasn't formally recognized digital currencies, a great deal of transactions are still conducted in the country. U.S. regulations that restrict the use of virtual currencies might lead to a precipitous drop in digital currency transactions within the country, with obvious global repercussions. The acting comptroller of the currency, Michael J. HSU, issued a statement explaining the rationale behind the bank-like impositions, noting that the explosive expansion of stablecoins is a novel and unregulated way to participate in speculative trading of digital assets. Borrowing and lending may be equally motivating and unnerving. The U.S. government's apparent hostility toward virtual currency is easily inferred from this. On the other hand, that is not entirely accurate. They are receptive to the concept, though suspicious of platforms that do not provide investors with protection for their assets, which is a key goal of the proposed legislation. Despite what some may regard as cause for alarm, a large number of stablecoin issuers appear to be fairly confident, such as Circle's co-founder and CEO Jeremy Allaire, remarking that this is a major step forward in the mainstream adoption of stablecoins and paves the way for their adoption as basic infrastructure for financial and economic activities in the future decade. His assurance that stablecoins will not just survive but grow under these rules is striking. But that seems like bad news for the Bitcoin market in general. Now I'll explain why. Stable digital currencies backed by a government like the United States would attract more investors. Nonetheless, only time will tell. Now, let's go back to the topic of stablecoins. Now that the impositions may cause the demise of some stablecoins, those that do survive may grow even more powerful than they are now, and absorb the consumer base of those other stablecoins that were hit hard. No reason for alarm, as you can see. Regulations do not indicate that the United States government is not receptive to the concept of cryptocurrency, and the government is not shutting down cryptocurrency transactions. To the opposite, it may indicate that they are starting to care. Therefore, we are instituting these rules to facilitate widespread adoption, just as Singapore has done. Keep your Shiba Inu tokens and purchase more if you can, because if cryptocurrencies get mainstream in the United States, there will be an even bigger boom than the one we've seen recently. Obviously, this is simply my personal view and not actual financial advice. Be sure to look into things on your own. Keep in mind that cryptocurrency markets are notoriously unpredictable. This concludes our video for today. Please hit that like button and drop a line in the comments if you found this video entertaining. With the YouTube formula, this is a huge help. This video is a must-see for any self-respecting Shiba Inu enthusiast.